Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me for this segment, we have Meghan Stabler, Senior Vice President at Nasdaq listed BigCommerce. We're going to discuss consumer spend trends and tech investment. It is great to have you with us, Meghan. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Great, Jill. Great to be here. Thank you very much.
You got it. And inflation will cause consumers to be more selective with discretionary spend. What are you hearing about macro trends?
So I think what consumers are looking at is just being very cautious right now. They're not quite sure what the future is going to be, how deep a recession may be. Let's hope it's not as deep as some predictions are. But they're being very cautious about their spending habits right now, especially based off of weather patterns and other things. We're seeing a lot more purchasing of cold weather gear, right, winter gear right now than we have done, like even during the pandemic when we saw a lot of sports gear and sports shoes being purchased. So I think it's just cautionary spending that they have right now. They're trying to prep for the future, be understandable as to what is out there, and use their spending as much as possible. And that leads into some other macro trends of things like buy now, pay later, right? You know, can I pay for it over the next 4 payments? Is it going to be okay? So I think there's good things and there's bad things when it comes to consumer spending right now, but we're certainly seeing no decrease in e-commerce spending. It's still there. It may not be as the highs of the COVID pandemic level were.
Why is now the time for retailers to make smart tech investments?
You've got to future-proof your investments that you have today. If you're not doing it when the recession is through, or when you see the signs of growth coming forward, are you ready for it? So I think now is the time to actually understand your customers more than ever. The journey that they go on, that consumer journey from acquisition, where they may be finding your product or your service through something like an Instagram or a Facebook or a TikTok, all the way down through how they're interacting with your store online, through the shipping methods and even into the returns right now. So you've got to start looking at everything that is going on, even subscriptions for those repeat buyers that are buying something on a monthly or a quarterly basis. If you don't have the right tech stack all the way through that funnel that I just mentioned, then you're not going to be ready for what we would call a future fit commerce. And so companies that sell online or want to sell online have to invest in the right e-commerce technologies and tech stack today, so that as we come out of this cloud of the economy, they're ready to go forward. And if they don't, their competition is, and somebody's going to win that battle for the mind share of that one-click purchase.
So, Meghan, what is crucial for omnichannel success, and why do some retailers struggle with it?
Well, omnichannel used to be just, am I selling offline and can I sell online as well? Now it's the fact that not just millennials are shopping on the TikToks and the Snapchats and everything else. You've got a lot of older generation, and myself included, that do purchase via the Instagrams of this world, right? So omnichannel for a merchant is incredibly important. Why? Because it gives you those multi-touch channels where that shopper may be. You may be doing some retargeting marketing. You may be finding them through some Google ads or Microsoft ads that are out there. But then again, that shopper may be interacting or looking at you on an Instagram post, or maybe a Snapchat post, or maybe a TikTok viral video. You as a merchant want to capture them in that moment of empathy or emotion where they want to purchase that blouse, that jacket, that piece of jewelry, those shoes, that car, that whatever it is, accessory in that moment. So omnichannel is an imperative nowadays that people connect to. And at BigCommerce, we obviously enable that very successfully for many of our merchants to find those shoppers wherever they may be on whatever surface, tablets, mobile devices, desktops, etc.
So let's talk more about that. Where does BigCommerce fit in the ecosystem, and what solutions does it provide?
Sure. So BigCommerce is one of the world's leading e-commerce platforms. We enable merchants of all sizes to establish their business in B2C, B2B, or even direct to consumer and grow. Or if they're an existing merchant, to do the same. We have a wide range of merchants in fashion industry, for example, from Ted Baker and Notori to consumer electronics, things like Cons or Skull Candy, for example, or even ice cream vendors as well. But our claim to fame is for the enterprise space, making sure that enterprise businesses have the ability to sell and capture those shoppers wherever they may be, not just in a B2C world, in a business to consumer world, but also in a B2B. So think of those big manufacturing companies like Avery Dennison, SC Johnson, and others, or even some of the direct CPG brands that are out there as well that are using our platform. So we're an agnostic brand platform that really empower you to do business, and we have all those omni-channel connections that allow you to connect to those shoppers wherever they may be in the world.
All right, Meghan, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you, Jill. Thank you.